Then the implementation approach, like it's going to be a greenfield, brownfield, hybrid model, what model that we are going to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
followed by the project plan, how typically a project plan will be there. Like, if there is an implementation, if it is like, 8 months or 10 months of implementation, what would be the typical AMS time for that? Is there an AMS or only hypercare support period? Is there support period? Is there, how do you do that? So this
Okay.
is something that we are going to discuss, right? I think
Yeah.
that might give you an answer, how much detail that we are going to cover.
Yeah.
Now, during the project, as I said, we will be doing, from day one, we would be going to start and show how you need to start or, install or configure the set up the MDG application, right? The standard application in the greenfield.
Yeah.
And let's say if there is any kind of, there are some occasions where we might get a rollout project, but the global template would be done by probably an MNC, right?
Correct.
And the rollout projects would be handed over to some other party. So
Correct.
how do we handle such kind of the rollout projects and the brownfield implementations is something that we will be discussing even that part as well. Now during my entire project, I'll be taking up two projects, two live real-time projects. Those RFPs is what I have got, and we also do our own consulting projects in MDG, standalone MDG projects we do.
Mm-hmm.
We have a customers database coming from Middle East and Saudi Arabia and some part of Europe also.
Mm-hmm.
So we have very good reference of the previous RFPs that we have already worked on. So I'll be picking up 2 or 3 interesting RFPs. I'll show them and I'll give those RFPs how they translated that into the scope of work, the blueprint. I'll share
Mm-hmm.
all those documents as well, right? By probably masking those client and all other aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives you a real time experience of how you deal with the project.
Yeah. Okay.
And during our sessions, I would recommend to, as I explained the kind of possible roles that exist in an MDG project, based on your competency, your skills, your experiences, I would recommend to select any one role where you want to land into, right? It could be a solution architect, data architect, functional consultant, or a technical consultant.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the entire session, 80% of the session would be purely theoretical, right? And configurations. Only
Mm.
20% of the session will be coding.
Okay.
Now, I would recommend, and I'll take this piece of coding during the end of the session, right? So,
Okay.
if you are planning to land yourself into a technical role, then only I'll recommend you to join join the additional 20%. Else,
Okay.
ignore them because instead of helping you, it might also reduce your confidence level, right? I'm not able
Okay.
to understand this piece of code. Is this something problem I couldn't understand? That will reduce your confidence level. When you're
Mm.
not meant to be a coder, right? I don't want you to get into that part.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, two real-time projects. One project I'll be doing by myself, and another project I'll be giving you as an assignment. And
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, I'll be giving other 2 case studies, right? So
Mm-hmm.
total 4 different project requirements and how do we solve those uh, problem statements we will be going through. And
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, I'll be also giving you such kind of points that you can add into your profile in your resume,
Mm-hmm.
right? According to your experiences.
Mm-hmm.
3 resumes, right? Um, People who are joining without any technical experience, like the beginners, right?
Mm-hmm.
0 to 3 what they can claim in the resume, 3 to 5 what they can claim in the resume, and 5 to 7 what they can claim in the resume, right? Those
Mm-hmm.
points I already have, and we'll be sharing it through LMS.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, how you need to prepare yourself for any kind of the interviews of or any kind of pre-sales activities is one session that we'll be doing end of the course.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Anvesh. So, will you share us the course syllabus? What will be covered in this entire duration of this course?
Yes. That is something we already mentioned in our website, right? So
Okay.
we will be having almost all the topics that we will be covering that makes you to eligible to crack the certifications of SAP MDG.
Okay, okay. So you mean to say, Anvesh, we have already checked the concepts in the website, which are listed over there. The same concepts, reporting, analytics, data quality, all this is are covered, right?
Yes, all those things will be covered. Yeah.
Okay. So team actually.
But only few things, right? For example,
Mhm.
there are two parts, right, which we cannot show hands-on in the system. Like, one could be the data consolidation, and the second could be data replications and key mapping, value mapping, because for them you need to have multiple systems, in working together. And over a training system, those things are not practical to implement it and show them.
Okay, okay,
So apart from those two, the remaining all would be will be able to do hands-on.
okay. So when it is coming to the technical part of MDG, what the concepts will be covered in the technical concepts for MDG?
So there are different type of APIs meant for each purpose, right? And there are some layers like
Mm-hmm.
convenience API, governance API, model APIs, change request API, context APIs. We will be talking about the purpose of these APIs, how they mutually talk, one API with other APIs, what is more recommended to use it. These things we'll be discussing. And second part, we'll also discuss the different type of baddie implementations, what
Mm-hmm.
what it takes to which baddie is meant for what purpose, and we'll also go through the logic. We'll develop some logic within the baddie.
Yeah.
These things we'll be discussing during the
How
coding part.
this information will be called from baddies and all, right?
Correct, correct. I mean, these baddies could be, some of them are related to UI fields. Some baddies are related to some additional validations. Some baddies are related to the workflows like sequential workflows, parallel
Uh,
workflows.
Dynamic.
So yeah, it could be some mix of them.
Okay. So, and the workflows part also, this sequential, parallel, and dynamic agent workflows will be covered, right? And BRF
Covered,
plays.
covered, covered,
Uh,
covered. Yes,
that is a
that would
main
be
concept for MDG. The business process completely is linked with this BRF plus work or setup body.
true,
Decision
true.
tables. Yeah. So this is actually very important for us for in our projects also to identify few things and issues in our project also currently. So we all are
Mm-hmm.
taking up this course also for these purpose only. The body setups and BRF plays decision tables, how the logics are defined, kind of this, and a piece of code. You told what codes we will have actually in the, you mean to say in FPM floor plan management there we will have codes or what?
See, there wouldn't be much course on FPM side. It's kind of, the kind of an MDG application what we have is kind of more matured, right? So there you don't need to write any piece of code from an FPM standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the things are automated in the backend already.
Correct, correct.
So from an FPM wise, I mean, I can get into more detail, but obviously, that details are not really expected.
Mm.
But we will be going through, probably like in case if you need to add a new field, by editing your FPM application, but you need to enhance it. We will be
Yeah.
adding a new field. We'll add an F4 lookup values for an existing field. Those
Mm.
things, we'll be showing in the FPM side as well.
Okay, okay, cool, cool. So on the topic on the curriculum wise, we think we have covered everything, and
I would say, I think I would be focusing of 80% of what you required, right? The rest
Mhm.
of the 20% is always a challenge that you need to do it on your project,
Correct, correct, exactly.
right? And this 80%, what I'm trying to, craft in the course is
Mm.
something that every implementation requires,
Okay,
which has
okay.
a mandate, So no implementation will be completed without having a custom workflow,
Mm.
custom field properties, custom rules, custom derivations, you
Exactly,
know. So
exactly,
these things will be definitely covered.
exactly, exactly. Okay. Other than this, Manohar, you have any questions? So, Anvish, you're from a Telugu background, right? You
Yes,
understand?
yes, I'm from Hyderabad. Yeah,
Thank you so much because we have one resource also may not convey in English all the things. So sometimes if he is not able to understand, maybe he will communicate you in Telugu. So
no problem.
please try to understand. and consider.
No problem. No problem.
So that's what we're thinking. So Trinath, you have anything to ask Anvesh? Please, you can ask Anvesh. And once we have completed this course, Anvesh, what about that? You said like you are already holding few projects, right? So we will get any chance to work in your projects or real time projects, or how, or else we will have any opportunities out of organization if we wanted to skip from our organization to get any opportunity outside. So will you support in that cases how this placement offering kind of thing will be, or how we going to get support on this placement part?
Okay. See now, this is not something as a promise which I do it,
Correct.
but there are two things that we do apart from Trainex, right? There is another firm which I own called Alighted Solutions. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Alighted Solutions basically does two parts, two services in it. One is implementing SAP S4 HANA MDG and landscaping part, right? So what we do is we go and set up the installation of an S4 HANA system, right?
Okay. Yep.
And since we also have knowledge on the data side, we do data cleansing, data archiving, and data governance part, which we will keep it into our scope. Bluefield or greenfield implementation is what something that we are not expertise at. So
Okay.
we don't touch that part, right? Of S4 HANA. But
Yeah.
once the post installation or configuration of S4 HANA, again we are open for AMS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, from all the modules of SAP, we have our internal team strength in terms of supporting the AMS projects because we always expect that, how the configurations are done. There will be a KT based on the KT, and we are open to support.
Okay. AMS means actually, I'm sorry.
I mean, S4 HANA after implementation, you will have a support period, right?
Yeah.
Application
Yeah.
and maintenance support. So
Okay.
we take up that, support projects for multiple companies,
Mm-hmm.
and we keep on serving our clients in supporting those. For example, MDG support we always take, and there is something called transport and management, right? In SAP SD there is an extension of TM.
Mm-hmm.
We That is also one of the niche skill set, and we have support contract currently we are executing with that module.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we will be taking up some of these niche modules in our AMS also.
Okay.
So
Okay.
apart from that, as I said, we the second services what we do is staffing services. Currently, like entity data, Deloitte India, IBM, Tech Mahindra. These are our clients. Apart from these, there are other clients coming from USA and Middle East to whom we provide the resources on demand basis. Right.
Okay. Okay.
So the moment we get any requirement, we will be hunting for the consultants to to map those opportunities.
Okay.
So
Got it.
definitely the moment you guess if you think you're prepared, we should be able to if you're ready to move outside of Capgemini, we should be able to map you for the requirements.
So as you told that you have more requirements on this migration to S4 HANA.
No, that is one of our service what we do, right? If some customer wants to convert the existing ECC system into S4 HANA,
Yeah. So I think
or it's a
most of the
brownfield.
and most of the upcoming will be the same scenario. I think in the brownfield only, because everyone are now moving from ECC to S4 HANA, right? So I think opportunities mostly we will get on brownfield.
Yeah, because I mean, the greenfield implementation takes a lot of cost.
Correct. Correct.
Almost 10, 15 times to what a brownfield implementation does. So yeah, most of the times it will be a brownfield implementation only. So we do that in the brownfield, uh, only on the SAP part, nothing into again the infrastructure part, right? The
Hmm.
security firewalls, we don't do that. Only the conversion of the existing system from ECC to S4 is what we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And along with that, we take up the implementation of data and MDG side, we take the implementation. And anything related to support, we are open for any module. That is
Got it.
what we do, right? Apart from that, the staffing services we do. So, I mean, even now we have some opportunities, almost 6 opportunities that to be positioned in Saudi Arabia for one of my project, right?
Mm.
We are trying to find some resources for that. And there are around and one we have for one of our client as part of a staffing services what we are looking for.
Okay, okay. So I mean to
So
say, now you're looking, or already you started looking on these resources.
yeah, I mean, our team is already. I mean, we have a team of almost 20 recruiters who would be continuously working for these demands, right, in two different branches, and that is one of the service what we actively do for our clients. So, I mean,
Okay.
again, telling all these things, I don't want to give you a false hope that definitely I'll be able to position you. That's why we don't even market the job
Mm,
placements are provided. We don't do that. But
And
having said that, having an opportunity will definitely reach out to you because end of the day, I'll be able to send for an interview, but you are the person who have to crack it.
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So you're holding these support projects, or any brownfield implementation kind of projects you're looking for?
We're looking for implementations only, not for support.
Okay, implementations only. Okay, okay, got it.
See now, MDG will not have, I mean, generally, you will not have a support project only for MDG. You will be having a support for entire system on which you will be having one MDG module, right?
Correct. Exactly, exactly.
And most of the times, the ABAPers are asked to manage it, or probably one consultant they'll be deploying it in MDG. So generally,
Correct.
there is nothing much on a support function of MDG. It's only
Exactly.
implementation.
Exactly. Agreed, agreed. So Manohar and Trinath, if you have any questions, please, because I'm the only person continuously talking. I'm not allowing you to like whatever you have questions, you can address to Anvesh.
Yeah, I have one query. So it is regarding the assignments. So, Anvesh, do we get any chance on creating this customization in creating any BRF customizing, or is it only limited to the standard SAP ones?
You would be having an opportunity to create a custom, BRFS application also.
Not
Completely
only
a
BRF,
custom.
and like it can be data model or anything UI.
No, you would be also going through a custom data model as well. That is something that I've already mentioned in my previous session, right? I will be my entire practice because if I take something as a standard, it's a template, right? It's kind
Yes.
of a wizard. You do step 1, 2, 3, 4, it's done. It will be activated.
Yeah.
Okay. So nothing much I can explain you then. So if you have to really understand the basics, the root points of MDG, I have to deal with the custom model. So in my
Yes.
session, I'll be picking up the custom data model and I'll be going through step 1, 2, 3 so that I'll be able to understand all different because there is FPM in this, there is BRF in this, there is a context in this, there is general model in this, there is a bow layer in this, there is a DAF filters in this. There are multiple. I mean, it's MDG is not something which has created by its own framework. Now, MDG is kind of a solution which is blended by multiple other frameworks. So Genel was something which is there for integration. Bol was something there which is as a persistence layer. These are all different modules which are already developed by SAP. Now MDG has reused all these modules and coming with a new solution, right? If I have to give you the essence of all these individual modules, I have to pick the complete custom data model to make better understanding.
And coming to the access for the S4 HANA systems. So, what will be the period
You
of
will
it? I mean,
you will be
for three
getting the
months.
access till we close the system. I mean, we close the training, right? Technically, 2 months of access,
Okay.
right? So till I take the last week, right? For example, if I take a session on last Saturday or Sunday, that entire week you'll be having the followed by that entire week, and then the access will be removed.
Okay. So, the separate systems will be given to each person, right? Or is it a sharing
Separate,
system?
separate user ID. I mean, so not separate system.
Yeah. Yes.
Separate user IDs will be given for each person. No? Anything else?
Nothing from my end.
So Trinath, Anvesh, what about this training course fee structure kind of thing? Finally, we have to come here.
Now, the fee structure, I mean, honestly, I would not get into that part. That is something Mr. Arun will be handling it.
Okay, but
Okay.
so for batch, how many members we are expecting? You're expecting like, is it a 4 or 5 or There is no particular
We
count.
would, no, I actually we would be expecting 6 people to form a batch. That's for
Yeah.
two reasons, One, if there are more people in a batch, more questions would come. It would be
Hmm.
more interactive, right? Having one or two people would not really help much.
Exactly.
That's
Hmm.
that's one reason.
Hmm.
And probably again for us, again we are having little expensive. Again, the modules itself are niche modules. What we are dealing with, right? Even those
Hmm.
trainers also little niche, and even the payment is also more for them. So to
Hmm.
compensate that, to balance it, we have to definitely come up with 6 people. For these
Hmm.
two reasons, we are having a benchmark of six.
Great. Okay. No problem. So, okay. So it's better also so that we from the outer side also, so some other batch also was included. If in this batch, that would be also really helpful for us also, because we have hands-on
True, true.
experience and we can understand and we can go. But people who are non-ACB background or any other background for joining in MDG, they might also ask a few simple questions that also helpful for us in sometimes actually. It would
Correct.
be both, even if we are going to put some questions on a real time scenario basis, that also will be helpful for them as well, I think. In
Yes.
that way, it will be benefited for all of us. That's really fine. But last and final question I just wanted to ask, Anvesh, with what quality that is there from other trainers, and not on the training perspective, what quality of material or what real time scenarios are covered here and compared to other trainers. I'm not telling that you will be aware of what other trainings are teaching and all. I understood that, but why the fee structure is 40,000? I just wanted to know. It's
Okay.
starting batch. That is also, this is the first batch, right? You're starting with the first batch, and
Yes,
it's
yes, yes.
40,000. And the people who are there in this team also, even there also, we have seen so many trainers. We are also having other training videos also with us. Frankly speaking, we have other training videos also with us. You know, one thing, I'm holding two trainer videos with me, and Trinad and Manohar also are all, we are having trainers, and Capgemini also, it's providing Udemy, where one trainer is giving a fantastic training in that videos, also recorded videos. But
Correct.
actually, here the challenge is that we need a mentor, so we need an interaction. Based on that, we can have more questions and more knowledge, and that actually helps us to have an almost, if not a completely hands-on, at least we can have an knowledge like 50 to 60%. We will feel that we also had a hands-on in this training process, because as an instructor, you are there in the training. So just wanted to know
Right.
that.
So, a valid question, right? Now, in fact, what you said is really true. Probably till 2016 and 17, I was also working as a trainer, coordinating with, multiple training institutes. Even that time, also the course fees was used to be close to 25 to 30,000,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But end of the day, I felt myself little uncomfortable as when I'm trying to explain something system doesn't support.
Hmm.
Suddenly, system will crash.
Hmm.
Suddenly, whatever you will develop, right? They will
Hmm.
say we have to reboot it, so your entire access has gone, and no
Okay.
training system, no training provider will keep or confirm you that the system you whatever the system that you have is you can rely upon. No, right?
Hmm.
Because I'll tell you one thing: the way this system operates,
Hmm.
most of the system operators are the Xerox center owners. Okay,
Hmm.
based out of Hyderabad or Bangalore.
Hmm.
Now for them, it's kind of a software that they will install it and it will start working.
Hmm.
And something is not working, they will
Hmm.
uninstall the software and again reinstall the same image.
Like your phone switch off and switch on. Okay.
That's all. That's what they will do
Yeah.
because these are not pure basis consultants.
Yeah.
Now I'm investing 2.2 lakhs every month, right? You know how much that you need to pay if you want to have your own on-premise SAP S/4HANA server. Okay, we are having our complete server within our office,
Mhm.
and we have to maintain that.
Okay.
Just to give, endless experience for my learners who are doing an experience on the system. Now, someone asked me a question, right? Do we get multiple systems or same user ID sharing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm saying I'm giving you a separate user ID.
Yes, yes, yes.
It gives you an example of how you're working in a project. It gives you the same kind of feeling in the system. And if something goes wrong on the basis level, we have to put my basis consultant to fix it.
Okay.
Right? This is from the system point of view.
Yeah.
And second thing, you would have noticed the kind of materials what we are trying to use, the PPTs.
Yeah.
Right? Those
Yeah.
are not something just that we have developed on a PPT level. There is an animation team and there is a UI UX team who is working behind to give you that kind of PPTs. What you saw in the last session.
Correct, correct. That was quite impressive, yes, and
Right?
understandable.
So again, the third thing is again getting a trainer. I mean, we don't go with any trainers who are available in the market. Every person whom we are having as a trainer here is the first time trainers, right? We handpick the subject matter expertise. I mean, since we have a skill of recruitment in house, we go and find the subject matter expertise. If they are interested in doing training, unless if they have passion inside, we don't take those trainers as a trainer.
Mm.
There is a 3 level of typical interview process for us to onboard them as a trainer, because not every consultant, no matter how much good you are in your technicalities, unless you don't have those teaching abilities, you cannot deliver it, right? A person
Correct.
should have a teaching skill plus the technical skill as a mandate.
Agreed. Correct.
So we assess these two qualities during our interview process.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lot of effort that we also do in terms of handpicking these trainers. And then even every trainer, for example, you would have noticed that I'm using a digital pen,
Mm.
right? It's an additional again, hardware that we need to purchase, and every trainer we have to give those, hardware again for you to get that kind of, the fabulous experience during your training process. Because if I'm able to write it, you'll be able to focus that. So
Mm.
that ways we are having, multiple things that we are taking here, which
Mm-hmm.
should differentiate ourselves compared to any other training institutes which are operating in the backside.
Got it. Got it.
But again, I don't see myself as extremely there are two things. For example, if there is any kind of an SLC course, or if there is something called SAP Analytics Cloud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if something called BTP, there are some institutes who are charging 80,000.
Yeah.
But for me, any course is 50,000. Just because of there is a skill, I mean, there's a demand for the skill, we don't raise our charges.
Mm.
Because end of the day, a person has to educate, other person has to learn. I want to keep it at only one standard. Even if I teach ABAP, it's going to be same cost. If I teach BTP also, it's going to be same cost.
Okay.
No? So these are the things. And I was a person who was also part of teaching with Spring people. You would have known Spring people, or there's a company called Zerantech. You can see the courses what they offer will they'll sell it for 800 USD dollars, 600
Mm.
USD dollars.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm trying to differentiate myself with them.
Great. Good. Thank you. And Anvesh, we have any previous videos which you have like a data model? Any one concept that you have shared? Because I also asked the same thing to Arun also. So he said this is the first batch. So out of your experience, if you have any kind of videos that you have teached data model, one video for a reference to all of team members also will go through. So if you can please share that, that would be really helpful for us. It's not like I'm still testing you whether you're a good trainer or not. Please try to understand. So there is two other people also who have not joined in this call actually. So we, myself and Manohar and Trinath, we all are, anyways we have joined this call, so we have an idea. So on you, but that's also we can't convince them with our words, right? So if we can have a one previous video of yours, that would be really helpful for our team.
Um, Probably I think I need to check, because
Yeah.
it's been almost 7 years I stopped giving trainings.
Okay.
In 2016 or 17, I stopped myself giving trainings as a freelancer because my focus was completely on the consulting side.
Okay.
And again, now we have to restart. I mean, it's just because of out of curious. This is my passion.
Yeah,
To that's the reason we have to restart this again.
great, great.
So I'll see if I have anything. Definitely, I don't have any problem in sharing it. Yeah, I'll figure it out. It might not be only data model. Anything what I'll be able to get it, I'll share it.
Yeah, any video. Correct,
Yeah.
correct. Not on exactly data model kind of thing. So that's all. Anvesh, thank you so much for your time. I think we had a lot of time, your valuable time. I know that you are already engaged in renovating your office kind of things and your projects as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anvesh. Thanks
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Thank you.